Test 1, 2, 3, test 1, 2, 3. Hi, this is Mr. Louise Starr, and I'm going to do a reading from the book Darka Treffen by Chennai wrote, entitled The Global Model of Al Qaeda Terrorism, Modus Operandi, Bosnia. And we're pretty much at the end of the book now, so I'm just going to read a few endnotes, post a couple pictures, and finish it up tomorrow. This chapter is a chapter entitled Excerpt from the Banja Luka District Prosecutor on Criminal Charges Against Former President of Bosnia, Alija Izetbegović, from the Republic of Srpska, Office of District Prosecutor of Banja Luka, case number KT 170/2000, Section 1. Between March 1st, 1992 and December 14th, 1995, Alija Izetbegović was officially chairman of the presidency for the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina, a position to which he was appointed to after general elections in Bosnia and Herzegovina, then a federal republic within the Socialist Federative Republic of Yugoslavia, SFRY. The elections were held on November 18, 1990, with Izetbegović as a candidate on behalf of the Ethnic Muslim Party of Democratic Action, SDA. Within this time period, using the official powers and influence of the position, he was guided by the idea of creating an Islamic order through Islamicizing the society and state in Bosnia and Herzegovina, according to his personal perceptions about the spreading of Islam, described in his 1970 political and religious pamphlet entitled, quote, The Islamic Declaration, end quote, period. A program of radical Islamic action was contained within it that entailed a desecularization of Muslims, reimposition of Islam, and creation and expansion of an Islamic pure state. Judging upon those circumstances within the SFRY and internationally were favored to his idea, and having decided to accomplish this goal because the international community backed him, excuse me, and was favorable towards his idea, he decided to accomplish this goal at any cost. He undertook activities intent on making this program a reality. He created the, quote, Patriotic League, which was an organization comprised of militia and paramilitary outfits such as, quote, the Green Berets, otherwise known as Zeleni, Zelene, Berikta, Beretke, and Bosna, Bosna, as well as the Holy Warriors, which were Mujahideen. Through these organizations, he imported into Bosnia and Herzegovina weapons purchased abroad. He distributed these weapons throughout the country to these organizations of the SDA party in Gorazda, Sarajevo, Visegrad, Mitrovica, Gorica, and other towns within Bosnia and Herzegovina in and of itself. Other weapons were also procured from police and military armories within Bosnia and Herzegovina, which was under control of Izetbegović's followers during the time in which he was president then. All these militia and paramilitary outfits, especially the Green Berets, Mujahideen police reserves, and the Bosnia and Herzegovina Territory Defense League, were later amalgamated into, quote, the Army of the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina, ARBH&H, dominated by Muslims. Simultaneously, Izetbegović created an alliance within the ethnic and political organizations of the Bosnian Croats and their police and militia organizations of a similar character. Seeing the Serbs in Bosnia and Herzegovina as a total obstacle in creating a pure Islamic state, intent on at least partial extermination of Serbs within Bosnia and Herzegovina, and preventing their right to self-determination upon the commencement of hostilities with the Serbs, contrary to Articles 1 through 7, Genocide Convention, and the Geneva Conventions of 1949, as well as the Protocols 1 and 2 of those conventions and Human Rights Instruments of 1997, he ordered openly and encouraged his military and police units to systematically persecute Serb political intellectual leaders and also Serb civilian population at large. Having known it would happen, or has already happened, he deliberately took no action to prevent this, or punish the perpetrators. That he took action in this, creating a pure Muslim society within Bosnia and Herzegovina when he was president. He thus continued to encourage these actions, putting his goal of creating a pure Islamic state above all international conventions, laws, and customary war practices. In violation of Articles 1 through 7 of the Genocide Convention of the Geneva Conventions of 1949, including Protocols 1 and N of 1997, have the above-mentioned police and military formations in towns and cities, Izetbegovic under his control. These aforementioned associations murdered Serbs, raped Serb women, looted and expropriated Serb property, illegally evicted Serbs from all homes, illegally terminated employment of Serbs, conscripted Serbs into work details that performed forced physical labor on the front lines, causing many deaths, and using the media under his control, consistently, systematically, and passionately, declaring the entire Serbian population, as it was in Rwanda, between the Hutsis and Tutsis, to be criminals and traitors, calling for their extermination. To instill additional fear in the remaining Serb population, Izetbegovic and his Green Berets and other groups celebrated the alleged prowess of their forces, and especially upon volunteers from foreign countries and mercenaries from Afghanistan, Sudan, Algeria, Egypt, and others, including Al Qaeda and Mujahideen, holy warriors, recruited and brought into Bosnia and Herzegovina through Osama bin Laden himself, who personally visited Sarajevo in 1993. The Algerian armed Islamic group GIA, etc. The presence of these volunteers, Osama bin Laden and President of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Alija Izetbegovic, allowed and legalized all of this by August 1st, 1992, by a presidential decree issued by Izetbegovic, proclaiming the Army Bill Info Law. This law specified that during the state of war, persons who were not citizens of Bosnia and Herzegovina could join the ARB&H, and another presidential decree by Izetbegovic was dated April 14, 1993, authorizing the issuing of officer commissions to non-citizens and radical Muslim Islamists. The Mujahideen volunteers were in this manner incorporated into the Islamic Fundamentalist Global Network Modus Operandi Model Bosnia, and also regular ARB&H and ARB&H units, and also the commanders of these units. There were men named Mehmed, M-E-H-M-E-D, Alagic, A-L-A-G-I-G-I-C, Enver, E-N-V-E-R, Had, I'll just spell it, H-A-D-Z-I-H-A-S-A-N-O-V-I-C. Another man, his name is spelled first name, S-A-B-A-H-U-D-I-N, last name M-A-H-M-U-L-J-I-N. Another man, Serlif Patkovic. Another man, Amer Kabura. Another man, Halil Brizna, Brzina, B-R-Z-I-N-A, etc., etc., etc. All these men and more were promoted faster and celebrated as heroes. Serbs who lived in the areas in which such units operated found the ensuing circumstances impossible for continued living, abandoned in masses of their homes and properties. This led to radical reduction in numbers of Serbs living in Sarajevo, Riza, Mostar, Kornic, Kupris, Dubno, Vidno, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Banja Luka, Zavadovice, Z-A-V-I-D-O-V-I-C-E, Zavidovici, Viskovi, Vizovuk, V-I-S, O-K-O, Tesnja, T-E-S-A-N-J, Srebrenik, or Srebrenik, Tuzla, Zenica, Travnik, Palovo, Magla, Maglaj, Lukovac, Lukavac, Kakanja, Kakanj, Gradac, I'll spell it Gradacach, Grazda, Rachanica, Donia, Donji, Bakuf, Bugojno, Sansik, most, and other towns, leaving less than 50,000 Serbs in these areas, where once 500,000, half a million had lived before the Bosnian Civil War. The above mentioned paramilitary police formations incorporated into the Bosnian Herzegovina regular army, incorporated by President Izetbegovic, consistently infiltrated raiders and saboteurs into the Serb Republic, which would commit mass murders of Serb civilians in towns where they would temporarily occupy them without any military necessity whatsoever, and burn the towns afterwards. Burn the towns afterwards. In this manner, they murdered several thousand civilians in the temporarily occupied areas of the Sava and Drina valleys, Grazda and Srebrenica counties, in which Al Qaeda young men and those families that protected them were armed. They were not running around the woods like rabbits with no weapons. These were Al Qaeda protected militants, firstborn men and their sons, which were protected by their families in Srebrenica, Darko and the Velikov Srpska evidence of them. It is a total lie of the International Criminal Court for the former Yugoslavia and Serge Bromwich and STMO that those men in Srebrenica were armed and dangerous. They were Al Qaeda operatives, agents being protected by President Izetbegovic's police forces in mountains. I'm going to stop here for now. Thank you, and I hope you all learned something. Have a good night, and eradicate Al Qaeda wherever it may be. Good night.